Entrepreneurial Edge is brought to you by Business Banking from FNB, because small ideas can lead to big business. FNB, how can we help you?
Hello and a warm welcome to the Entrepreneurial Edge. I'm Natasha Jacobs. Now, Nitsa Comninos-Rose has worked in retail for the past 17 years, 12 of them as a senior specialist buyer for 3 of South Africa's biggest retail groups. She has managed entire buying divisions, managing budgets of approximately $30 million. She has also headed up trend forecast divisions, supplying trend information to buyers for over 400 stores. Nitsa Comninos-Rose is the MD of Brandgroup International. But before I chat to her, let's find out more about what they do.
Well, Brandgroup International started about 10 years ago. Nitsa Comninos-Rose, who's my sister and co-founder of the company, decided to go on a search to find what we believed to be the most exciting and wonderful brands to bring to South Africa. Brands that South Africa had not seen before, with an edge, and that were sophisticated and fell in line with our ethos as far as business and integrity is concerned. We are the importers and distributors of high-end luxury brands. We definitely have an increased idea of growing the brand locally, with plans to open in Cape Town shortly. But right now it needs to be a controlled influx into the environment, particularly as a result of the fact that Tiger of Sweden, one of our brands, is a new brand. And with the interest that we've received so far in our new Sandton store, we believe that the future is really positive as far as that's concerned. As co-founder and co-director, my responsibilities are to assist in the launching of new brands in the company. And as a legal man by profession, I'm an attorney. I assist with all the contractual negotiations. We have earmarked the high-end luxury consumer as our target market with the high LSM. It's a niche market for people who understand sophistication and style. Nitsa is an amazing business person. She has an incredible work ethic. She's very professional, very dedicated, and the success of this company can no doubt be attributed to her hard sweat that she's put in through the last few years that we've been together as partners. She does everything. She controls the marketing, distribution, she controls the merchandising in the store, she assists in negotiation of new brands. She is very involved in every aspect of the business, and I suppose that's why the business is as successful as it is right now.
I'm now joined by the woman behind Brandgroup International. Welcome, Nitsa Comninos-Rose.
Thank you.
Nitsa, from the insert, obviously your brother, proud business partner, and it certainly seems that you are the force behind the Brandgroup International Group. Now, in the search for higher yields, and because of pressures of the recession and the ongoing Euro debt crisis, it seems that the high-end international luxury brand market is targeting Africa, since there's so much stress on the developed countries. Have you seen that from your perspective?
Absolutely, and I think what's happened with the brands is that they're looking for new markets in growing environments that they can invest in and perhaps appeal to a newer consumer. The developing markets have absolutely been something that Tiger of Sweden and the brands in Scandinavia have focused on, and we have seen that even though there is a recession and even though the economy is in a crisis at the moment globally, our customer and our luxury high-end customer has still got that little bit of extra cash to be able to spend.
Now, they're talking about the emergence of the African consumer. A number that gets thrown around often is 1 billion. Are you seeing South Africa becoming the gateway? I just look at Sandton City with the new retail wing, and of course 2 of your stores are already there. Are you seeing South Africa and your stores there as a flagship and a way into targeting these high-end African consumers?
100%. And in fact, when we pitched our proposal to Scandinavia a few years ago, in our business plan, we said that South Africa was the gateway into Africa. And we had already started seeing that South Africa is a destination point for shoppers, not only for people that travel through South Africa to get to other destinations around the world, but for African people that want to come and experience perhaps a slightly more cosmopolitan environment and a more, I should say, exposed international shopping environment.
Now, it seems that Brandgroup has a penchant for Scandinavian brands. I'm thinking Tiger of Sweden, Ordning and Reader, and then Nina Jarbrink. Why target the Scandinavian brands?
I guess it's a love affair that we had with Scandinavia when we first started traveling there 10 years ago. And we had been looking for perhaps a new market or a new kind of product to bring into South Africa that was a little bit different. Scandinavian product is for a discerning shopper. It is more minimalistic. It's all about form and function. And it's really something, it's a love affair that we had with the country, the people, the product, the design, and something that wasn't here. You know, Scandinavia was a little bit exotic, and it still is today. Not many people travel there. When you think of European destinations, you certainly think of Southern Europe, not so much Northern Europe like Scandinavia. So it had a little bit of an air of mystery about it, and we wanted to capitalize on that.
Now, functioning in the high-end luxury brand space, it is largely competitive. If you think of the normal brands, Versace, Jean Paul Gaultier, how do you keep a competitive edge amongst this market of endless luxury brands?
Well, that was something that we looked at from the beginning, and that was part of our strategic move, was to be offer affordable luxury. And it's easy to bring luxury brands in at exorbitant prices, but it's, you know, it's more of a challenge to bring in the consumers smart. I mean, they know what they want to buy. They're not fools, and they know when they're feeling, you know, they're looking at quality, feeling quality. So our strategy was to bring in luxury brands at prices that people can afford, and to make sure that we had a full price spectrum in our product offering, from, you know, opening price points right through to ceiling price points.
Nitsa, but that's a bit of a contradictory statement, affordable luxury. When you do competitively price but bring it down to entice your consumers, does that not scare off maybe people dedicated to only investing in luxury?
But luxury is not only about a price tag. You know, luxury is about quality, it's about fabric, it's about materials, it's about, you know, innovative design. So it doesn't mean that because it's a brand it's got to be expensive. It can be a beautifully made product in beautiful fabrics, but just at a price point that people can afford.
Now, one of the new stores you opened besides Tiger of Sweden is Ordning and Reader.
Yes.
And that's a high-end, as far as I understand it, stationery brand.
Stationery and gifting, yes. High-end, again, though affordable. You know, you can buy a paper clip there for 39 Rand, or you can buy a beautiful leather notebook for 1,000 Rand. But again, it carries through the ethos of Swedish design, which is again about minimalism, quality, attention to detail, and simplicity.
Now, as the distributors for all of these brands, how tough was it going into that market and then enticing those brands to make you the custodians thereof in South Africa?
It was very, very difficult, and that was what it took us so many years. I mean, it was about 8 to 10 years of pitching business plans, strategic plans, motivational plans, to try and get them to believe in not only us as a partner, but to believe in South Africa as a market. You know, you're going to the very north of Europe, where they're dominating in Europe predominantly, and now telling them, you know, invest in a country right at the tip of Africa that they know very little about. They're not, you know, in the country, and it's trying to persuade them that this is a market and a potential growth opportunity for them. So it was a difficult task, but I think, you know, when you go into a business and you've got a clear strategic vision, a clear strategic plan, and a relationship that you start building with people, it makes it a little bit easier.
Now, you co-founded Brandgroup in 2009 with your brother John, your
Yes.
husband and a business partner.
Yes.
Take us back to those early days. What did the company start off with, and how has it evolved over the last 3 to 4 years?
We started off with 4 people sitting around a dining room table thinking, how are we going to make this vision into a reality? And that is the truth of the matter. It was a tough slog. It was sitting down with people, though, that are in the industry, have had experience in retail, have had experience in clothing and manufacturing, and understood the market, but understood it from a very different angle. And it was now, how do we sit down as a family, and B, as business partners, and roll out this plan? And it took a lot of work and a lot of planning, and a lot of assistance from people with, you know, in terms of financial aid and planning to help us get to the point that we're in now.
That was going to be my next question. Finance is seen as the Achilles heel of many startup entrepreneurs. Where did the financing and capital for Brandgroup come from originally?
It's a self-funded business, because when you're a new business and you're a new group of people starting a new business, and you go out into the market to try and find money, the doors are shut in your face, left, right and centre. You know, between banks, venture capitalists, credit agencies, it's really, really difficult to try and motivate for funding. You're a high risk partner to them, you know. You don't have a credit rating, you don't have a credit history, you have a dream, but dreams at the end of the day need to result into money.
So you have to pay back the loan.
You have to pay back the loan, 100%. So we went through many, many years of not being able to get funding, and that didn't deter us. In fact, it made us more determined to go forth and to make this happen. And we were lucky enough to be able to be funded, or to get assisted in funded through my father, who helped us get money. But that was really start up. And then it was about how do you sustain and how do you grow and how do you continue paying those bills. You've got the money to start, but now you've got to keep going. And that really was a result of hard work and sheer determination and working the business 7 days a week to make it work.
Now, apart from access to capital, what were some of the other challenges you faced initially?
Location, of course.
Is it still the sense of location, location, location?
100%. You know, we also knew that we're a luxury brand, we're appealing to a niche market, and we had to be in the right location. And you take a risk too, because when you're an unknown and you get into even the right location, you might have a challenge. You've got foot traffic, but you've got to get those people into your store, and you've got to get them buying. So it was very much a strategic decision to go where to place our stores where we have, and hope that we succeeded. And you can't make it without the right location, no doubt.
You've got the location right, you've got the capital that's flowing. What are some of the challenges you face on a day-to-day basis? You know,
every day I run my business with a critical eye, and I look at my business and I say, how can I do better? You know, how can we improve? What is it that's wrong? And I think the success to business today is not so much about getting the customer through the door the first time, but to keep them coming back. And we are all about service, and for us that is key. The customer is king. Service is top of mind and top of priority in our businesses every single day of the week. And that is what it's about, because you can have the best product and you can have the best shopping environment, but if you don't provide the service, that customer will not come back. And that's what it's about. So it's about building integrity, not only from a merchandise point of view, but all the way through, right through to service, and making that customer feel that they are really, really important. And it is a privilege for us. Every time a customer comes through the door, we are privileged to serve them, because that is what is keeping us going.